Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss Pre-Market Report for August 15th, 2016. I'm Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Here's a look at the daily time frame of the ES. Really not a whole lot to say right now. The markets have been drifting quietly higher here with regards to the ES and the NQ. Every pullback has been a buying opportunity, and we really even haven't seen that much push higher. It's just been kind of drifting higher right now. We do have some upside key levels. 2188.5 right now is an important key level that we want to keep an eye on, and we'll see how this thing continues to play out. Overall, if there's any failure to hold above 77.5, 78.5, that's kind of the key level right now. 77.5 is an important level. You can see from here the market's attempting to hold above that zone. A failure to hold there could rotate this thing a little bit lower, perhaps as low as 58.5. But even when the market is pulled back, it's been very buoyant and popping up. So we're coming into the tail end of the summer here. A lot of traders are trying to get in their last minute vacations here before school starts. So you're not going to see a whole lot of participation. And it could be very dull heading into Labor Day. So just keep that in mind. If you don't have to trade, do not trade. It's just very, very quiet trading activity right now, and it could be quite boring. But there are some key levels to watch, and 2188.5 is indeed a level to watch here in addition to 77.5. So right now kind of drifting higher. If there's any failure to hold above 77.5, we could rotate back towards 70 and perhaps as low as 58.5. But right now any pullback is still a buying opportunity. Let's take a look at the intraday really quickly here. On an intraday basis right now, you can see prices have pushed higher in overnight trading just quietly. The pullback to VWAP has also been bought, and right now we're coming into a retest of the overnight high. That's going to be important. If there's a rejection of these prices, that could lead to another retest of VWAP, and perhaps check the opposite edge of the overnight range. Right now, the previous week's close has been bid so far, and so a retest of that zone could offer another opportunity to buy as well. All right, let's take a look at crude oil. This one here has been quite bullish here over the last couple of days. We had two aggressive squeeze days in a row, and then price pushed back above that prior support of 44.40. I mentioned that should price get into that zone, it's like a major area of defense for the bears, and we even came into 45s now. So this thing just continues to show some strength here after the outside day and that aggressive stops run day that occurred off the 41s. We're still in a downtrending mode here, at least over the last couple of months, and back to value is going to be very important. We have value between 45.60 and 45.88. Those are significant key levels there, and given that bears took value offered in the previous period of time and took this thing downward, that would suggest that they would want to re-defend value here. So again, this is kind of the over-under here. If bears can control this, we could see another return back toward 43, 42, 41, but above this area starts to reopen the path back toward 50. All right, let's take a look at the intraday time frame here for crude oil. There it is. On an intraday basis, again, what we're seeing here, price came into our 45 key level, attempted to hold above it. So you see this key level that comes across right here. Price pushed above it, tried to hold, formed a small box, and then failed to hold it. The retest from below was defended, and now we're kind of pushing downward. So initially, bears are defending those 45s. We have VWAP that's mostly flat right now. So again, there's not a lot of edge there. If price cuts back into this zone, it could be a fade back to value. Should price drop into the S3 standard deviation band, 44.18s, that could be an opportunity to flip it back toward value again. So right now, not a whole lot to do, but we have to be able to trade the edges in crude oil. All right, let's take a look at gold right now. Here's gold. This is a higher time frame look at gold right now. This one perhaps offers the best opportunity for a trade just because of the fact that prices are failing off of the 62 halves. And this is kind of the level we talked about in our trading room. 62 half is the zone where bears are defending. That is the top of the key range here. This is the Brexit impulse range. And then you had two attempts to hold above that range, and both failed to varying degrees. After the second failure, price pulled back to the key level at 62.5, and that's where bears have been defending. And so far, tails have formed, and that opens the door to a move back across the range toward 1310s. Again, if 1310s, 1306s are reached, that's a great buying opportunity for a reversal back up. So right now, 1362 is the key level, and that's where bears are currently defending, which implies another round of weakness, perhaps back towards support. Lastly, let's take a look at the NQ. This one, again, really hasn't changed personality since the middle of July. I mean, ever since prices went bid through the top of the Brexit key range, it's been a drift higher, just drifting higher. There's been one major pullback, and every pullback since has been a buying opportunity. So we have now reached the 100% expansion target from the Brexit range. So right here this morning, pre-market 48.19, 48.20. That is the 100% expansion from the Brexit key range. So if you take this range right here and you take that range and double it to the upside, you get this target. So we've just reached that target, and that is very important. In the trading room, we talked about this level being very important because once you reach it, at times there is a tendency to see some profit taking. So just keep that in mind. But again, any pullback is likely to be a buying opportunity right now, given how this thing has drifted higher. So again, it could be a very quiet, dull market. And should we see a little bit of a pullback, I think bulls will come in and defend. Now taking a look at the intraday time frame here. Here's the intraday. Looking at this one again, 48.20. That's the top of that key range. We came into 18.5, so almost on it proper. Here's the previous week's close. That's going to be a very important level, 48.06. Right now they're trying to hold above the previous week's high of 48.11. So if this zone right here, if they fail to hold above here, look for a return back to 48.06, perhaps a push back below it. That could be a trap to bring it back up. But again, it could be a very quiet market here to start, so it might be wise to let it play out and then see how it continues to develop heading into the rest of the week. All right, that's it for now. Let's see how this plays out the rest of the session. Good luck and trade well.